Good morning. Happy Mahashivratri to all. In today's video, I am discussing the data manipulation with Pandas. So, by using Pandas, we can manipulate the data. So, indexing and selecting data. Data manipulation is done with the indexing. Indexing in Pandas helps in efficiently accessing and modifying data within a data frame. So, indexing is mainly used to access the and modify the data efficiently presented in a data frame. This indexing allows us to retrieving specific rows, columns or subsets of data using labels, positions or conditions. So by using these labels, positions or conditions, we retrieve the data presented in the data frame. First one, label based indexing with .loc. So this .loc is mainly used to retrieve the data uh, in label based indexing. .loc allows us to select data using row labels and column names. So by using this .loc, we can select the data using row labels and column names. Example, selecting rows and columns by label. Here we observe the one example to select the rows and columns by using label. Here is import pandas as PD. It is necessary for writing any pandas code. First, we must import the pandas library and given alias name as PD. Sample data frame is sales data. Data equal to curly bracket open customer ID semicolon colon in brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and product ID values are from 101 to 105. Sales amount values are from 1000 to none and sales dates are 5 dates are there here. Also, this is the dictionary with different lists. Dictionary presented in the different lists. So for this data, we are creating this data frame. The data frame name is df underscore sales equal to pd dot data frame of data comma index equal to a comma b comma c comma d comma e. This is a index we are specifying to the data data frame. So by specifying the custom row index, it doesn't go to the default index. The default indexes are from 0 to n minus 1. So, but here the index is starting from A and ending with E. After creating a data frame, we are selecting a single row by label. So, by using label, we are selecting the single row in the sales data frame. For this, we write print of df underscore sales dot loc of a. By executing this, we got the details in the row A. Selecting multiple rows by label. In this, we are selecting the multiple rows by label. Print of df underscore sales dot loc of a comma c. So by using, we can by using LOC method, we can also access the two rows or multiple more than one row at a time. So by executing this command, we got the details in the A and C rows. Select specific columns for a given rows. If we want to only specific columns, we must specify the column names what we want. So here the example is print of df underscore sales dot loc of a comma b comma customer id comma sales amount. Here we must specify the rows names or labels first and later we can specify the column names. In this, by executing this, we got the data in A and B rows and in the customer ID and sales amount column. This is about retrieving the data by using label based indexing with the LOC method. And one is position based index with dot ILOC. In above, we observe the label based indexing with dot LOC method. For position based indexing, we use dot ILOC method. So dot ILOC selects data based on row and column positions of integer index. So dot ILOC is mainly for row accessing the row and column positions. With this column position, we must select the data. So here we use integer index as a index. So in this, the indexes are integers starting with 0 and ends with n minus 1. We understand this by observing the one example, that is selecting rows and columns by position. So for writing the pandas code, we must import pandas here and given alias name as PD. For selecting the first row, printf df underscore sales dot ILOC of 0. By executing this, we got the first row details because the row number starts with 0. So for first row, we are writing here index number as 0. Selecting the first 3 rows. So for selecting the first 3 rows data in sales data frame, we are writing this code printf df underscore sales dot ILOC of 0 colon 3. So the colon here presents the row starting with 0 and ends with 0. So it means it is from 0, 1 and 2. We got the first 3 rows data. So we can also write this as 0, 1, 2. So it is a complex and time consuming. So by using this column, we specify the starting and ending values. By executing this, we got the first 3 rows details. Selecting the selecting the first row and specific columns, the columns are 0 and 2. Here is a code printf df underscore sales dot ILOC of 0, 0, 2. It means in sales data frame, we are printing the details in 0th row and the row with a 0 index and the data in the 0 and 2 position, 2 number column position. So by executing this, we got the first row and 0 and 2 columns details. For selecting the first 2 rows and first 2 columns, here is a code. We observe how to write this. Printf df underscore sales dot ILOC of 0 colon 2 comma 0 colon 2. So it means the rows starting from 0 to and ending with 0. It means the rows 0, 1. That means first 2 rows data is coming and the columns are also same. So these are the examples to retrieve the data by using position based indexing with a .ILOC method. We can also access the data in data frame with the Boolean indexing. Boolean indexing means we use Boolean conditions to access the data. Boolean indexing allows filtering rows that meets a condition. So Boolean indexing is used to filter the rows based on a condition. If condition is true, it gives a data by following the condition. If doesn't follow condition is does not meet, it don't give any data. Here is a example. We want to filter sales amount greater than 500. The code for this is the name is high sales equal to df underscore sales of df underscore sales of sales amount greater than 500. It means we are filtering the data in sales data frame where the sales amount is greater than 500. After filtering, we want to print it. For this, print of I underscore sales. It prints the sales data frame details where the sales amount is greater than 500. This is the output for finding missing sales amount. In Pandas, we are using dot is null method to find the missing values and fill in a method to fill the null values with a default value. Here is we want to find the missing sales. For this, missing underscore sales equal to df underscore sales of df underscore sales of sales amount dot is null. Means it is the name given to the finding missing values is missing sales. Df underscore sales means sales data frame. We are finding the missing data in sales data frame. We must specify where we want to find the missing value. For this, df underscore sales of sales amount dot is null. Means in sales data frame the sales amount is null. Print of missing sales. It gives the it prints the in sales amount where is the null values. So this is the finding retrieving the data by using Boolean indexing. Setting and resetting index. We are set and reset the index. Setting a new index. You can change the index to any column. So if we want to set a index, we use one column to set a index. So in column there are in a data frame there are many columns. The index is default. So if we want to set a index, we can use a one column as index. So for this the code is like this: df underscore sales dot set underscore index of customer id comma in place equal to true. It means we are setting the index to the sales data frame. Customer id represents we are using the customer id column as a index comma in place equal to true. This argument is used to apply the changes directly on the sales data frame. After setting index, we want to seeing the data. For this, we must print it. Print of df underscore sales dot head of. By using head method, we print the first 5 rows of the data frame. If we observe here, the customer ID column comes as a index to the data frame sales data frame. Resetting index. To reset the index, to reset the index to the default numeric index. So once we setting index, once we set a index, if we want to reset the index back to its default numeric index, there is also one method. It is a resetting index. By using resetting index, can remove the index to the data frame. By using setting index, we can create the index to the data frame. Here is a code to resetting the index. df underscore sales dot reset underscore index of in place equal to true. It means in sales data frame we are resetting the index of in place equal to true argument directly applies the changes on the sales data frame. Print of df underscore sales dot head of. This head of method is used to retrieve the first 5 rows of the sales data frame. By this reset index, we can remove the index and the default numeric index assigned to the data frame. Conclusion. Till now we are observing the accessing elements with various methods. Here .loc is used to select data using labels. So by using labels like row names and column names, So labels, in these labels we mainly use names of the rows and columns to select the data with .loc method. .iloc method is used to select the data using integer positions. In .iloc we mainly used integer position, that means row position and column position as a index to select the data in data frame. Boolean indexing. Boolean indexing helps filter data based on condition. So by using condition, we use Boolean indexing to filter the data. Setting or resetting the index allows restructuring the data frame. For if we want to restructure the data frame, we mainly use setting index and resetting index. With this, we can uh, restructure the data frame. These are the mainly methods used to access and manipulate the data in data frame with pandas. I hope this video helps to you know more about data manipulation with pandas. Thank you.